A mad person is sketching on the wall in a room. But his life ends while sketching. He falls down from there. Then a man appears there. He is the same man who was making this man draw the sketch. He was making to draw the map of a city because he wanted to search for someone. The scene turns and a boy named Michael is seen. He has a classmate whom he used to like. And today is the party of Michael with her. He had never revealed to his classmate that he likes her. He is a meek and he used to take her photos and videos. Later, he watches them. One day, a lady police officer visits in their high school and says to them, "You had already known, one of your classmates is lost. He is not being searched for the several days." The lady police officer who is visited here was also the mother of Michael. Michael's nose begins bleeding when he is in his classroom. He immediately moves to the lavatory, but his school fellows used to tease him too much. They also start to tease him here because he is very fragile. And he did not know how to communicate perfectly. It was the cause that he did not get courage to express himself before his classmate. And he used to be helpless whenever someone teases him. He was totally fed up from this behavior. He used to think, "I will teach them a lesson on a day." But he has not enough strength that he could take any step. Michael is extremely happy for tonight, because there is a party in the house of his classmate. He is very excited and goes to a costume shop where he begins to see the variety of fancy dress costumes. Then a small kid says to him that I give you a superhero costume. Michael asks him, "Oh. It means I will look good wearing it." That kid says to him, "Yeah. You will look good and also attain the powers." Michael returns to his home, taking it as a fun. He has brought costume at home. But he is sitting on the sofa in dejected mood. Then his mother asks him, "What happened with my son?" Michael says, "I have brought the costume but kids will have worn the beautiful dresses. Look at my costume." Then his mother says to him, "Just be the same as you are. Never imitate anyone. Otherwise your own qualities will also be suppressed. My son will look the more beautiful." Actually, Michael's father was not alive. So his mother used to love him a lot. But Michael used to remember him and says, "If my father was alive, he would have taught the lesson to those boys who tease me." Now the night falls and Michael moves to that party after getting ready. All children begin to tease him in that place. "We know that you have saved the photos and videos of that girl in your mobile phone. You have affections for her. But what is this? You take her photos stealthily. How bad she will feel knowing it." Then they play the photos and the videos of that girl in the party. Witnessing it, that girl comes into rages. She begins to show her anger on Michael and he locks himself into a lavatory. The kids are asking him from outside, "What happened? You felt afraid." "Oh. Poor guy is frightened from a girl." Michael doesn't want to face them, because the kids are very mannerless. He starts to communicate himself inside, looking into the mirror. That kid had told this costume is powerful. "Costume. What is your power? Can you make me invisible right now?" Then the light is switched off. Michael is really disappeared as the light is switched on. On next day, he brushes his teeth, but he has really become invisible. Michael is very excited for this. And he says that I have got mercy. I can take revenge from them in the classroom when I wish. Now Michael begins to go to school. Then a man is stood at a distance, wearing black sunglasses. He observes him. Anyhow, Michael moves into the classroom. But he is not appearing before anyone. So he takes the advantage of this. He shoots out the ink on the teacher. And teacher thinks that it has been shot by the seated student there. So she throws that boy out of the classroom. And he takes the revenge from the other students. Then it is known that 2 more students are also lost from the school. And they have recorded a video as a message before their disappearance. "We are leaving this place willingly. We are fed up from our houses. We want to live alone, spending an autonomous life." Then a psychiatrist visits in their school on this day, who starts to explain the students, that you are all young and the parents are the necessity of everyone. They only want your good, otherwise, why would they care what you do in your life? Try to understand this reality. Then Michael senses as he is again becoming invisible. He immediately runs from that place. Everyone thinks that he dislikes the counseling of the psychiatrist. His sister notices as he comes to her that his brother's is invisible, says to him, "Brother, you are superhero." Suddenly, Michael places his hand on her lips and says, "Keep quiet. Don't mention it to anyone. I have started to become invisible from that time I took that costume. There is surely something mysterious." Michael hears that his mother is talking with someone. Being invisible, Michael sits before his mother. His mother continues to talk through call as he is not being seen by his mother. Michael comes to know that he is not the biological son of his mother but an adopted child. He is very hurt on it. And he leaves that place. His mother senses as someone has passed from her aside. But she is unaware that her son Michael has become invisible. One day, Michael is taking a swing, sitting on it. A girl notices the empty moving swing. She comes there and begins to talk to him, realizing his presence. Michael also begins to talk with her but he is not appearing before her. They are befriended soon. Now Michael thinks that he will tell her that he is same Michael who can disappear. But a man abducts her before he says anything about it. Michael exerts his best to save that girl, but in vain. Now it is seen that girl wakes up at a place where some people are trying to know that she is not that kid who is invisible. When those people believe this girl does not possess any power, they leave this girl to other two kids who had been taken here for the same purpose. Michael thinks that he will soon go to rescue that girl after being invisible. But he notices that his mother has washed the costume as he goes to wear it. He thinks he lost that power. Then he says to his mother, "You wanted the same. I may not get success and act according to my will. Otherwise, you are not my biological mother." Saying it, he comes at the beach, riding his cycle. His mother is saddened after him. Now Michael encounters the same man at the beach, putting on black sunglasses. He tells Michael, "I also possess the same powers which you possessed. You possessed it because you are my son. Your mother had also the ability to disappear. I used to live in Russia several years ago. That country was ruined due to the nuclear bomb explosion, and nuclear reaction developed the superhuman abilities. Gathering such people, a group was formed. The leader of that group was Savage. He used us while keeping us in his custody. Many days passed, he continued to use us. I glimpsed a girl there during that time which I liked much. That girl is your mother. Afterwards, we thought when you came into this world, that you will not stay here under the cruelty of the Savage leader. We both fled, taking you. But that leader's team members began to chase us. So your mother sacrificed her life. And she instructed both of us to leave this place. She also had the ability to disappear. She is invisible from that time. I thought that I will never be able to raise you up alone. In this way, our both lives will be in danger. So I placed you in front of the house of the police officer." Michael asks his father, "Do I have powers or the costume has?" Then his father says, "Yes, my son. You have inherited these powers." Michael's father also tells him that I can also read the mind. And that lady is the best who took the charge of your care by me. She loves you a lot. And she deserves an apology from you. Then Michael's mother comes there while searching for him. Michael apologizes her in the same way advised by his father. Being happy, both return to home. He faces the same psychiatrist as he approaches at home, who knew that Michael can disappear. He attempts to reveal the secrets from Michael. Then Michael runs from there. On the other side, the same girl is seen who had started to like Michael. She is in a ship and tries to escape from there. There is an ultra-bright flashlight which spreads at a distance. That girl turns on it and Michael instantly goes to rescue her. Michael's foster mother begins to feel worried after him, but his father says, "Don't be worried. Michael has gone to a place. He will come soon." Michael had become more courageous and sharp. Becoming invisible, he goes to the ship and defeats them easily. And he saves those people. That girl says, "I also want to rescue other people." Michael hands her over a gun and says, "Keep it for your safety." But that girl points the gun on Michael unexpectedly. Michael is astonished and he thinks, there's another person involved in it. And she is under control. Someone had compelled her to take such action. Michael knows after searching that there is an old man, who is paralyzed but he had the power to hold sway over people whom he touches. He has controlled that psychiatrist and this girl. That satanic man moves the watercraft under the water, using it against Michael, because he wanted to take Michael in another country. They have taken him there until his foster mother or father arrives there. But Michael employs his power in a perfect way. He locks that old man into a room after damaging all things, and comes out of that place. His mother is pleased, seeing it. There are also many people, so he disappears in front of them. Michael's father comes to him and says to him, "My son. Indeed, you have powers, but we have to hide it from others. Be careful for the next time to not use these powers in the public. Just live like a normal person. Then your life will be easier." Then his father moves ahead and removes the memory of each person. When all people restore their memory related to the time before this incident, they have the knowledge that all lost kids have been abducted. And being a best police officer, she also rescued the other kids. Then all people and children begin to compliment her. Next day, Michael goes to his school as a common student. The bullies start to tease and threaten him again. Being courageous, he says to the kids that it will be better to not tease me. The children are left astonished. In the end of the movie, it is shown that Michael's biological mother and younger sister is still alive. Michael's father left both of them at the separate places for their safety. Michael's mother is now searching for Michael's sister. And the movie ends here. Thanks for watching and do subscribe as it helps the channel.